everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Anne and I am one half of the Sussex Handmade Soap Company along with my business partner and friend Wayne.
Hello.
Hello. And today we are going to be using the hanger tool technique to create a naturally coloured soap, and we're going to be giving it, hopefully, a poppy flower design throughout. And we're doing a poppy flower design this week just to commemorate Remembrance Day, which is obviously being held here in the UK this Sunday on the 8th of November, and the actual date is obviously the 11th of November. So we wanted to do just a little something, just as our own little token of thanks and respect to everybody from, you know, every nation, every kind of country who is in the armed forces or armed services, and this is just our little tribute way of doing it. So we are trying to create a poppy flower design. It's not going to be, you know, kind of a stereotypical perfectly formed poppy, because the way we're creating it isn't going to allow for that. It is probably going to be a little bit on the abstract kind of spectrum. That's my get out clause in case it goes wrong and just looks like a huge mess. But we're going to do our best, which is all we can do. And we're going to be using clays and plant extracts to create our colours. We're going to be creating the green using some nettle powder and some French green clay. And we're going to be using, no we're not, we're going to be creating the red using some red Moroccan clay and some madder powder. We're going to kind of mix them together. You'll see all this in the video anyway, so I can probably stop talking because I discuss it in the video. But that's what we're doing today, a naturally coloured, poppy themed hanger swirl soap. Let's have a look at how it goes. So I've begun today's soap by melting our solid oils and then adding our liquid oils to them. And now we're going to add in our cooled lye water. And we're working at a temperature of about 115 degrees Fahrenheit today. So we're going to combine the lye water with the oils, and then we're going to bring it to a very, very light trace just past emulsion using the stick blender. And after we've done that, we are going to split it down. We're going to split off 100 grams of this batter twice, and we're going to colour those portions to represent the stem and the flower head of the poppy. So I've split off the 100 gram portions now. This one here actually ended up being about 120 grams because I poured too quickly. I could have poured some back, but to be honest, I'm not that fussed. It doesn't really matter for what we're doing. Now we need to colour these. And I've chosen to colour this one, which is going to be the stem of the poppy, with some French green clay and some spirulina powder. I have used about 1 gram of French green clay and 2 grams of spirulina powder, and I've added some of the water that we used in with our lye at the beginning, just to kind of hydrate the clay and hopefully make them blend into the batter a little bit better. So we're going to tip this one into here like so. And then to create the actual poppy flower head, I have used 1 gram of Moroccan red clay and 2 grams of madder root powder. It's not going to give us the traditional bright red poppy colour. I just can't get that kind of colour with natural colourants. This is the best way of finding a red that I have managed to come up with. So we're going to tip this into here, but then again I think Californian poppies are kind of a goldeny orangey colour, so perhaps it's a hybrid of a British poppy and a Californian poppy. Let's just go with that because that would make this kind of colour. And what we're going to do is use the stick blender to bring them to a light trace now and hopefully incorporate these colours. So I'm going to start with the green and then I'll move on to the red. Let's get whizzical, whizzical, ooh yeah, whiz, 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 whiz. So the red and the green are sorted now. I have still kept them at a very light trace because I want them to be at a very light trace to enable us to create today's hanger swirl design. So now we will bring in the remainder of the batter. So there is the majority of the batter in here, and we're going to be leaving this uncoloured. I'm just giving it a stir to see if it needs a little more of a stick blend, but I think we are at a good consistency. I'm going to decant this into a jug just to make it easier to pour and work with today's design. So now we've got all the colours and batter all ready for us to start working with today's design. So I'm going to push them to one side and bring in our mould. And I'm going to begin by doing just a kind of base layer of the creamy white uncoloured batter. And then what I'm going to do is grab the green, and I want us to have 3 poppies running through this soap if possible. So I'm just going to do 3 very thin lines of green, trying to keep them as straight as possible, but you know, I'm only human. There we go. And the 3rd one just along here, like so. Then we're going to go back to our white, and we're just going to cover these up. Do you know what I'm going to do first, actually? I'm just going to mark where those greens are, so that when we go down with our hanger tool later on, I know that I'm going down the centre of the green and not missing it completely, which is something I would probably otherwise do. So I'm just going to now do a thin layer of the white just over the top, going down the side of the greens just to try and make sure they don't disappear. That doesn't even make sense. I know what I'm trying to say. I'm also trying to concentrate on pouring this batter. Forgive me, people, please. I think what I was trying to say is I don't want the green to spread out too much, so I'm trying to go in evenly to try and keep it as a straight line. Now, another line of the green, and another line of the green down here. And another line of the green down here. And then back to the white. And I'm going to continue doing this until the green is pretty much used up, and then we shall move on to trying to create the red poppy flower head. So now we're going to move on to the red, and because the poppy flower head is going to be obviously naturally thicker than the stem, I'm going to go with a slightly thicker line. So we want it to be slightly thicker this time. And again, just going in around the sides with some white. And we'll finish off these last little bits of red. Then I'm going to bring in my hanger tool, which is literally a coat hanger that I've bent into shape. And I'm going to take it carefully down, hopefully at the centre, all the way to the bottom. Then I'm going to slide it along the bottom and quickly out of there. Then I'm going to do the same here, find my centre, go down, along, up and out. And then for the last line again, as before, down. Oh, I may have gone a bit off there. We'll find out when we cut. Along and out. Now I'm just going to use the remaining white batter just to pour over the top of this design, going down over my spatula. Let's start at this end. Just breaking the fall of that batter a little so it doesn't end up swirling down into the design and ruining the design we've created. So there we go, that is all done. I was thinking about the top of this one and wondering if it should have some texturing or some decoration. I even thought about popping some little poppy seeds along the top. And then I had a little thought and I was like, you know what, I don't think it needs anything. I mean, it's so easy to go, oh, I must decorate the tops of all my soaps and make them look amazing and pretty and fancy things. But I think sometimes less is more. And hopefully if that poppy design through the centre works, I really think that's going to be the standout thing about this soap. I don't think it needs more. So I'm going to leave the top very, very plain like that. I want this soap to gel because I want those colours in the centre to pop. So I'm going to pop this into my oven, which has been preheating at 50 degrees. The oven has then been turned off. The light has been left on and the soap then goes in. I'll leave it in there with the oven light on for a good few hours, most probably overnight, and that will help this soap to go through gel phase, which in turn is going to help the natural colourants that we've used to really be vibrant, be bright, and hopefully stick in the soap for longer as well. And we'll be back in a couple of days for the cutting. So we are back with our poppy flower soap. It's been 2 days and we have now unmoulded and chopped up the soap, and this is what we've achieved on the inside. I can't tell you how pleased I am with how they've actually turned out. Obviously they're not as perfect as a stereotypical poppy, but also I believe you can kind of tell what they're meant to be. The ones from the centre have turned out very much like this. The ones on the ends, where a little bit more of the green and the red soap went, have turned out much more kind of abstract. But to be honest, I kind of like both, and I'm having a hard time working out which I prefer. To be honest, if anything, I kind of prefer that one, which is strange because that's more of what I was actually aiming for when I created the design. So which one do you prefer? The end pieces with their abstract feeling, or the central pieces with their more kind of classic feeling, I suppose? One thing I will say is I'm really surprised actually at how red my red has actually come out. I'm fully expecting that to fade a little bit during the cure because that is a really deep, rich red, and I was expecting it to be a little more orange. If it stays this colour, I will be even happier. And the green has also come out really nicely. Again, these are natural colourants, so they will most probably fade during the cure, but hopefully not too much. What I may actually do to try and actually keep the colour sticking is actually cure them in a dark place. I still need airflow, but I'm thinking a dark area of the room because that will definitely help the colours to actually stay that little bit longer. But yeah, very happy with today's poppy design. So super pleased with how today's design has turned out, loving both the end pieces with their more abstract feel and the middle pieces with the more kind of stereotypical clean feel to them. I love both of them and I am so pleased with how this soap has actually turned out. It's actually turned out a little bit better than I was anticipating. I say the reds and the greens at the moment are looking fantastic. I'm just going to hope they kind of stay that way during the cure. But for now, looking good. If you want to subscribe to our channel, please do, that'd be ace. If you want to like the video, give it a like. If you don't like the video, then give it a dislike, you know, just do what you want. It's cool. If you want to view our website, please do so here, and you can purchase some of our soaps using this discount code here, which will get you 20% off as well. We look forward to seeing you next week when we shall be doing a soap with a gemstone, which is the first time we've done that, and I'm very excited to do that. So we will see you then. And in the meantime, have a fantastic week. Bye.